So y'all know, like I've been telling my people, I just been, you know, on a non-stop locked in journey, trying to become more locked in and get where I want to be in a couple months. So as y'all know, as I was doing the roofing stuff, learning how to actually speak to people. So now I'm just implementing more. But due to the weather, I haven't been able to go out and actually talk to different people. So I went in, I actually transitioned into, the credit space, trying to, learn the ins and outs of fixing people's credit, boosting their credit, all the different things that go into the credit report. So last night I really just said I'm gonna lock in. I'm really just gonna start getting head first into it. So I wasn't able to make my videos real late at night. It was probably about 12, 1 o'clock. I ended up staying up to about 3. And the first day was relatively easy, just learning the basics of the credit, how to pull somebody's credit, how to, help people with filling out things for your mortgage, learning how to identify negative marks on your credit report, derogatories, things that could be affecting your credit. And it was relatively easy, like I said, nothing too major. You just learn the basics. I was actually writing down some notes, and like I said, with them notes that I was taking, because I'm really taking things seriously, learning about the FICO score, what it stands for, how does it work, how your score is determined. One of them was like 35% is basically of the FICO score and the payment history. 30% is comparing the amount that you use, basically the credit utilization, how much you have available. And then 15% is the length of your credit history. 10% is the number of new accounts that you have opened within a certain amount of time. 10% is also the type of credit that you use, whether it's an auto loan, whether it's a, installment loan. Basically, you using credit cards, getting personal loans, business loans, all that. So, day one was relatively easy, just writing notes and making sure that I actually, start learning about it, remembering it, because all this stuff is really just going to be on my test when I take my exam to become a actual certified credit consulting service or person. And then you also have another one when it comes to being a board certified consultant. And like I said, you have another one was basically being a board certified credit consulting service or person, just so I can have the credentials for what I'm doing. So y'all can see hey, it's not just me talking about it, it's really me actually doing it. Here's the credentials behind it. But yeah, mainly day one was just like I said, learning the basics, just getting used for people who are new to credit and don't really know the space and are actually trying to learn how to build their credit, how to leverage their credit, how to boost their credit, how to fix certain things. That's what it all was for. And the second day is more of learning more about the credit. So I'm online and I'm really doing, the whole training. So with the class that I actually signed up and paid for, it gives you all of the necessary things you need in order to take the exam, study for the exam, pass the exam, and get certified. It shows you how to actually learn how to profit off of the credit, because once you get into you start your business and you get into a field you have no knowledge in really like it, you want to know how much people in the past is charged, people presently is charging, what the future can hold if you just double down and learn about this business in general and just make different forms of income within this service that you're providing. So it shows how to, like I said, it gives you the manual, the training guide, it gives you audio book so you can listen if you don't want to just read. It gives you everything you need. And so I'm gonna show y'all like this is what it actually shows or pulls up. So today is just really, like I said, about learning about the credit and actually doubling down and really diving deep into this credit thing. So it just gives you a little update if y'all can see, and it says things like, I know y'all want to probably hear how I read. At CCA, we aim to provide our members with the most updated information regarding the credit service business industry. So it just gives y'all updates about what this manual is going to be, the things that they have in the book, and what all is going to be able to teach you. And I'm just going to be stay focused. That's all I'm doing until I actually pass this, so I can advance to the next endeavors in my entrepreneurship. So second day is just gonna be, studying, learning, and getting ready to start taking the exam and the test. And if you are new to credit and you're actually trying to become a board certified credit consultant, learn how to become a board certified credit consultant person, you can really just sign up for it. It's like they had a deal going, so I only pay like $120 some dollars, but it'll actually give you everything you need in order to get where you're trying to get. And like I said, it just gives y'all a brief update. It's gonna give you the manual. I really want to show y'all more, but like I said, today is just only going to be about me studying, me learning, and I want to start giving out information of the things that I actually learned, so y'all can see like, hey, this is not just something he's just talking about doing, he's actually doing, and I'm showing proof in the pudding. And I'm gonna hit y'all later with some of the information I learned, just everything I learned, and I'm reading over on day 2. So like I said, day 1 was about learning about the basics, simple stuff, learning about the credit and everything. Day 2 is more of, let's dive deep into the manual, learning what you can't do, learning about the CPAs, learning about all this stuff that is going to be good for you, and learning about the test, and learning about everything I need to know in order to take the test, and seeing what information I don't know that can be useful for me and to my potential clients, the people who are actually watching and seeing me grow. Peace.